Hello everyone, welcome back one more time to This is Basketball. And what do we bring in this occasion? So basically we went outside, we're in Ireland, and this video is all about Irish basketball, okay? So that's why I'm speaking in English and that's why we went outside. We are in Moycullen Park, we have a proper hoop over there, we have two ballers over there. So basically what we are planning to do in this video is to talk about all the basics, all the essentials about basketball in Ireland or Irish basketball, including best teams, best players, best prospects, and all the trajectory that Irish basketball national team went through. So thank you very much for being here one more time. Welcome back to This is Basketball. Let's get into it. So first thing that we're going to talk about is the Superleague, okay? It's the first division, men's first division in this occasion in Ireland. So it consists in 12 teams. The most recent winner of this league was the Belfast Start, a Northern Irish team. And then the team who has won the most titles in Irish Basketball League's history was the Neptune in Cork. This team is the oldest team in Irish basketball history, and it was created in 1947. Now we are going to talk about the three best basketball players in Irish basketball history. And for doing that, we have to mention Colin O'Reilly, Liam McHale, and there's going to be this special mention for the top one, the tier one Irish players in Irish basketball history, Pat Burke. Which, by the way, is the only Irish player who has ever played in the NBA. He was born in Tullamore and then he moved to Cleveland, Ohio with his family when he was 3 years old. Talking about NBA, American basketball, we gotta mention that he was undrafted, but he played for the Orlando Magic first and then he played for the Phoenix Suns. Apart from that, he has a successful career in several teams in Europe, including Panathinaikos in Greece, Tau Cerámica, Gran Canaria and Real Madrid in Spain. I gotta mention that I'm from Madrid, so for this team, Real Madrid, he reached the final ULEP competition and then he got the Spanish title, the Spanish league title in 2005. Now, as the best prospect, the best player viewing to the future that Irish basketball has got, we gotta mention Aidan Harris Egan. This player was born in Clondakil, Dublin County. And he's currently playing for the Louisville Cardinals in the NCAA. And basically, guys, you gotta check this guy out because he's a monster. He's a monster, and hopefully next year, he's gonna be able to play for the NBA. Okay, now I'm realizing that I'm extremely white, even getting blue due to the freezing temperature that we have right now. Okay, now we gotta speak about Irish basketball in Europe's league. So unfortunately, there is non-Irish basketball team getting part of the EuroLeague or Eurocup. But instead, FIBA competition decided to create the Europe Cup, which is a minor league that gives the opportunity to small teams in small leagues to participate and play against each other. So in this competition, guys, we found Hibernia. Was a team made up of players who came from Premier League. We gotta mention that at the time, Super League's name was Premier League. And this team played in this competition in the 2015-2017 season. This competition, which has been interrupted this season due to coronavirus situation, comprehend 8 groups. So basically this Irish team, Hibernia, was part of one of these groups. Unfortunately, the record that they accomplished in this group was 0-6. 0 wins, 6 loses. So basically they couldn't reach the next step, the next level in the competition. And then a few months later, the team was dissolved. So now, unfortunately, we don't have any participations, any representation of Irish basketball in European Clubs League. Then talking about FIBA basketball, talking about national teams competitions, we find this competition is more or less, this example is pretty close, pretty similar to the one that we were talking about before. The name of this competition is called FIBA European Championship for Small Countries. I wanted to mention that Ireland achieved one gold medal in this competition in 1994. This competition was celebrated in Dublin and they beat Cyprus in the finals. Then, unfortunately, we don't have a lot to talk about Irish participations in Olympic Games, Eurobaskets or World Cups. However, the Irish basketball team was about to qualify for Eurobasket 2005 in Spain. In that qualifying tournament, there were 15 teams allocated in 4 groups. The winners of each group played a two-legged tie, which means that these teams played 2 games. The one which scores the most points between both games gets the position, gets the spot in the Eurobasket. So as I mentioned, there were 2 games. Ireland won one of those games, but Denmark won the other one. The score was 152 for Denmark, 150 for Ireland. So that's why, unfortunately, Ireland couldn't get the position for playing in the Eurobasket celebrated in Spain in 2005. Then there were another 2 other participations of Ireland for Eurobasket in the qualifiers in 2007 and 2009, but the record wasn't, we could say that the record was less good than in the previous one that we were talking about. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this manual, this guide about Irish basketball in Ireland, so that the next time you are watching a game, you are having a conversation, a chat, or you want to introduce yourself, you want to go into Irish basketball in Ireland, you have some basics, some tips, some information about it. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this first part of the video. Now we are going to talk with Dani Vila, a former Moycullen player, an American player who was born in Philly and who has got a lot of Spanish and Latin American roots, who is going to speak with us to make this guide, this manual, more complete. Okay, so let's talk with Dani Vila. All right, my people, so now we are at This is Basketball set and we've got with us the great Dani Vila. ¿Qué tal, Dani? ¿Cómo estás?
Todo bien, todo bien. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Manito. Me too. Thank you very much for participating. Okay, now, as I said before, you're going to be the ambassador of Irish basketball here in This is Basketball, so glad about that.
I'm sure the Irish people are very excited about that.
So, Dani, as an American player, what do you consider that is the things, what are the things that you like most or least about Irish basketball, both Irish basketball and European basketball? Because this is really interesting from a European perspective, now having the pleasure to have an American player here.
Yeah, I guess I would start, with Irish basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I would say one of the things that really surprised me about Irish basketball was I kind of came into it expecting there to not be a lot of support from the fans and kind of to be playing in empty gyms, just figuring that basketball wasn't going to be a top sport in the country. Last year for Moycullen, I mean, it's no secret, we were at the bottom of the table fighting relegation basically all year, and the Kingfisher has a couple hundred seats and we were filling it up. So I was really impressed with just the amount of support for basketball and sport in general. You know, a lot of these communities love to see people that, live down the street from them that they've known for their entire life on the court, playing, giving it their all and competing against people from, all over the island. So it was definitely a little bit surprising almost, or impressive really, just to see the amount of support and, to be quite honest, the intensity. Like, a lot of these fans, you would hear exactly what they were saying, and
Celtic
some
fans,
of the best
Celtics fans.
Yeah, right. That hurts seeing it as a Sixers fan, but that's like the best, sometimes the best and sometimes the worst thing about basketball, whether you're in a home gym or an away gym, is that the people that are screaming as loud as they possibly can on the sidelines are like this far away from you. So you can really hear what they're saying. You can smell what they had for dinner. It's
for better or for worse.
Yeah, exactly. But it definitely brings a certain atmosphere to the game that makes it feel, you know, bigger than it might necessarily be. Like in Galway, when Moycullen's playing against Mari and both teams are at the bottom of the table, it feels like it's you know, an NBA kind of big game atmosphere. Everybody's riled up, everybody's excited to watch what's going on, and I think that gets the players excited to perform on the court. You know, it makes it different than a training. It makes it different than a practice.